Hey everybody, it's Redbeard, the Spiritual Plug for episode 2. Welcome back. Today I really have a newfound respect for YouTubers. This is actually a lot more involved process than you might think. You at home, if you've never made a YouTube, it's not the easiest run-of-the-mill thing because there's a lot involved, especially something about spirituality or about God or about Source or about the universe, whatever that you want to call that energy, that spark of life. That's what this video is about today. Again, this channel is not about splitting hairs. I'm not here to argue. I'm just here trying to tell some people about the good news that I've received. You know what I'm saying? And even if I only get one person that really hears this message and it really impacts their life, then I have done my due diligence, and it really brings me a lot of joy to come and try to bring y'all a good word today. So a lot of times you're going to see my videos, I'll probably refer to scripture. Some people may have a problem with that. Not everybody believes in the Bible or any other holy books as far as that's concerned, especially by themselves, and I'm definitely not only limited to the Bible or only limited to Christian doctrine or whatever. People might try to attack me about that, but it's like the Christian church is filled with false doctrine right now. There's false doctrine all over the place, the doctrine of devils or whatever you want to call it. And it started with the 66 book canon that the Catholic Church imposed on the world, really. But that's for another video, really. So today, what makes you get up in the morning? What makes you smile? When you feel good, that feeling that you get, do you feel that any other times? Or what is that feeling to you is related to your life, I think that's what God or Source or the universe really is. It's those moments like that you get quiet and everything else finally starts to speak again. It's those moments that you realize, like, wow, I was just thinking about that. Yeah, because you are a creator, you're a manifester. You are naturally you are an energy node, you are an antenna. We're a biological computer. Our chakra systems or whatever basically has to do with our lymphatic system. There's basically a gland associated with each chakra, etc. We definitely have a living, breathing science experiment that we call humanity in front of us all the time. A lot of us don't analyze it deeply enough or analyze the self deeply enough to get to where you need to be to go forward. A lot of people are stuck in ruts. A lot of people feel they're going backwards. A lot of people feel they're spinning their wheels. And I've been there in my life. I've been there in my life where all I thought I could do was keep going. So that way I can keep going. If I just keep going, I'm gonna make it. But I realize, the more and more that you spin your wheels, the more that you use your energy. That sacred energy. The more that you use it on things or for people or ideals that really don't serve your truth, then it's like dissipating that energy. You've lost that energy. Excuse me. So today I just want to shed a little clarification on that. Shed a little light. I'm here for love and light. I'm here to give that to people, and it's something that makes me happy. And it probably if you're here, it probably makes you happy too. And it's something like, just because I'm on YouTube right now, don't think that this is anything that I ever saw myself doing. Even this whole spiritual thing, the spiritual nature of it, although I do have a servant's heart, and I found that out when I was younger. When I got out of school, I actually did some time, etc. So I've done a lot of things in my life. I've lived a couple of different lives, I guess you could say, in my 30 years so far. But we can't beat ourselves up about where we've been. And we can't dwell on that too much. We really, anytime that we're not living in this present moment, we're giving too much credibility and power to our memory, or we're giving too much credibility and power to our imagination. because the past and the future are only echoes or vibrations, that are now out of reach. This current moment, this present time, and today, now, is the time of action. There's not a time of action yesterday. It's not going to be a time of action tomorrow, even though, we may only be doing what we're doing today to get to tomorrow. We feel like that, and that's the kind of rut that we get trapped in, because we're not really supposed to be living by the things that we're living by. We're not really supposed to be under the pressures that we're under from a hollow, fake, stand-up society. You know what I'm saying? It's like a bunch of cardboard cutouts. Everything is a facade. But you don't have to be a facade. You don't have to wear a mask. You can be your true, authentic self. You can get back to you being that child that didn't have a worry in the world. You know what I'm saying? That only loved, that only cared, that didn't have an agenda, that didn't have all these expectations placed on you. What your parents believed in and what your grandparents believed in. All that stuff. It is valid, but it shouldn't be the thing that drives your life. Your beliefs are going to be your beliefs, and that nobody can take away from you. So I can't take away from you if you don't want to hear me address what you see as source or the universe as God. But you also can't take that away from me. You can't take away that, to me, that energy is God. To me, God is what gave me this spark. God's what's been pushing me to have this message. God's what's been trying to make me see, trying to make me wake up. And when you wake up, now what's next? That was the first volume. What's next? What's next is figuring out how you build, your faith, how you keep from going and turning right back around into those same things that made you feel bad, the same things that took your spark, that took your glow, the same things that made you feel like you weren't so shiny, even though you knew you were, you know what I'm saying? Know you are, knew you were. You are the manifestation of everything and the culmination of everything around you. If you weren't meant to be here, you wouldn't be. And that just simply is what it is. Some people get really caught up in how big of a subject this is, because I personally have even been in this place with this subject of spirituality and awakening, where it was not necessarily overwhelming. It seems like a project that will never end. But what is life? Life is a never-ending project. We have things that we need to work on within ourselves every day. If we're not trying to be better tomorrow than we were today, we're really missing the point of what we've been sent here for. We've been sent here to create, go forth and be multiple. Go forward and multiply and be fruitful. Being fruitful is not just having children. Being fruitful is manifesting and creating, and not for the wrong purposes. Not making something just so you can make it a gimmick for somebody to sell to somebody. That is not the type of creation we're supposed to be involved with. We're supposed to be involved with selfless creation, creation that happens because it had to, because it was what was needed. That's the type of manifestation that we really need to get back into the practice of. We don't need to be worried about what our neighbor has or what they're doing or who they're sleeping with. That's not your concern. That's not on you to have any kind of bearing or even really any judgment over, really and truly in the run of things and the end of things. That's not what it's about. We are here to experience this life fully. But you cannot experience this life fully until you've gotten to the point where you know that your id and your ego and yourself are not the things that you're nurturing. Until you know that mask that you wear that may feel so comfortable is really your biggest burden, you're not really living. You've just been existing. So, and I've been there in my life. Obviously, we all have been there in our lives. Some of us are maybe still there in your life, but you don't have to be. You don't have to sign this nonverbal contract that you feel indebted to. A really great quote is Oprah Winfrey. And, you can really see how she got so far in her life based on this one quote. And it was, you don't have a job other than, not really, you have responsibilities that you take on. But your one true job, your only true mission is to find your purpose and live in that purpose. Find what what makes you feel good here. Pursue your passions. That is your job. That's your only job. And whether you thank God, or if you thank Source, or if you thank the universe, or if you thank whoever, I am here to say welcome and thank you for coming and humbling yourself and paying homage to the spirit that is life, that is love, because that is all we really have, especially on this plane. That's all we have. I guess that's the message for today. I kind of dawdled a little bit, I guess, again. But thank y'all so much. Again, this is Volume 2. It's on the second YouTube show, or YouTube episode that I've done. Please leave your feedback and comments. And I hope I haven't offended anybody. I'm definitely not here to do that. And I hope that you'll join me for episode 3. I will probably do it on the false doctrine and doctrine of devils that really rules the current church, the current Christian church, and the most prevalent church, of course, in America. But yeah, thank you so much for coming, and I hope that you have a wonderful day. Just live in your truth. Give somebody a blessing today. Do something for somebody just because you can. And don't do it for any other reason besides that it made you feel good. Thank you so much for coming. I'll see you next time.